Okay, so let's break this question down. It says, the statement that rocket technology is much simpler than the human psyche plays which one of the following roles in the editorial's argument? Well, let's see. Looks like it's here in the back. It says, it is a travesty of justice, social critics say, that we can launch rockets into outer space but cannot solve social problems that have plagued humanity. The assumption underlying this assertion is that there are greater difficulties involved in a space launch than are involved in ending long-standing social problems, which in turn suggests that a government's failure to achieve the latter, in other words, the social problems, is simply a case of misplaced priorities. Yeah, they're saying, oh, it's so hard to shoot a rocket in the air. Why can't we fix social problems? The criticism is misplaced, however. So this is the conclusion. They're saying that these critics are wrong because here's the evidence for the conclusion. Rocket technology is much simpler than the human psyche, and until we adequately understand the human psyche, we cannot solve the great social problems. So why is it answer E? Because they're using this point about rocket technology and the human psyche, which of course we need to understand the social problems, to defeat this point earlier about social problems allegedly being easier to solve than rocket launching. It's not the conclusion, it's supporting the conclusion, but it's information meant to undermine, to counter the reasoning behind the critics' viewpoints, the social critics' viewpoints in the beginning. Why is it not A? Why is it not a possible objection to the argument's conclusion? Because it's supporting the conclusion. The conclusion is that the social critics are wrong. This stuff right here, is supporting this sentence. The criticism is misplaced. This is a reason why it's misplaced. What would be a possible objection to the argument's conclusion? Maybe something like, what would be an objection? Maybe the human psyche isn't actually that complex, or we can solve these complex social problems without actually understanding the human psyche. We don't actually need that. That would be a huge objection. But this little bit at the end supports the conclusion. Another right answer you could say would maybe be that it's evidence for the conclusion, but you can also say it's used by the argument to undermine the viewpoint or the reasoning behind a viewpoint. Yeah, they mean this viewpoint's reasoning.